Hello, it's your boy with the voice crack. We're here for Saudi Arabia. Look at that, 16 drivers on the grid. But we're doing a short qualifying today. We started a bit late today, those who are eagle-eyed amongst you, because of the real-life F1, so just giving people a little bit of time to set things up. So because we're starting 15 minutes late, we have a short qualifying. So 18-minute session, which will determine the layout of the grid. And I'm getting my game back on because I'm just unmuting my co-commentator, Liam. Hello, welcome in.
Hello, good evening.
So,
How are we?
hopefully you, I've given you the task of doing 40 odd laps of Jeddah to get yourself familiar with the track numbers in order to talk us through qualifying. So hopefully you're ready for that.
I have done 0 laps at Jeddah.
That'll be fine. Right, so as I was saying there before I cut you in, short qualifying because we started late. So 16 drivers, but only one session, 18 minutes to determine the layout of the grid. We have Itachi is Fire joining us in the Kick Sauber today. He raced in Japan, I think it was, but I wasn't here to commentate over it, so it's his commentator debut, which will be fantastic. And we got Chubby Slug back. Lee, I don't think we've seen Chubby Slug in quite a few races.
Oh, it's been a good 3-4, if not more than that, really, races since we've seen him. I'm glad to have him back on the grid, though.
But speaking of returning drivers, we also have our very own K-Pax, a long-standing driver of P0, who is joining us permanently as of today. There's your official announcement. He is replacing Chubby Slug in the Ferrari, so he'll be racing with Casper in the Ferrari for the rest of the season. So yeah, a lot of news coming into this grid today. And just to cover that, Chubby Slug is replacing Pace in the V-Carb today as the reserve driver, and Itachi's Fire is replacing Luke Armo in the Kick Sauber. So, who else we got returning today, Lee? I think we've got Kev is back as well. Kev was sick last week, so he's racing today.
So, very, very interested to see what sort of qualifying we're going to get in this session.
Now, I have it on good authority that Tesco is looking like the one to beat in practice. He apparently was absolutely scintillating in practice. So I'm curious to see how that gets on. Obviously, Luke and Rob wants to watch for pole as well, as we just see people get out of the way of everybody. Who's that going? That's Musty, I think, leading us off, as Mr. C's just letting people go by. No, it's not Musty. Who's that at the top of the grid there? Is that a V-Carb? No, it's not
I
Itachi.
believe it is Chubby.
Oh, it's Chubby. Chubby going out really early. There we go. Right, okay, so Chubby on his first race back in quite a few. He'll be the first one to take us around. We see lots of drivers coming out of the pits at the moment. I'd say it's about 10 cars coming out of the pits. Maybe a little bit more. Quick track, Saudi Arabia. Obviously, the first sector, very twisty. The other two sectors, very fast. Drivers, I'm expecting to run a different range of downforce here. Some running very low downforce to get the better in the first two sectors. Some running very high downforce to pull away in the first sector. How do you fancy taking us through Chubby Slug's first lap lay as he just gets onto the back straight? You think you give it a go?
I will give it a go. How good it'll be, I'm not sure. Purely on
It'll
the
be fine. You don't need to know the corner numbers. Just talk us through. As he rounds up to the final corner, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, so coming through to the final corner, now he's going to want to get a long, very good exit through the final corner, activates DRS early on the straight. Taking us into the first, quite sharp, deceivingly sharp left-hander, straight into a right. Immediately after, cuts the curve on the first apex, stays away from the second, goes very wide.
Oh, he's right up against the wall.
Now this one, got to be very close to the wall as you come through. He's a bit more safe going through there, takes a lot of outside curb. And then this sector is just a little bit of it's just left, right, left, right, left, right.
Fighting the car.
He is really fighting through. Yes, he's fighting it a lot. He's clearly pushing. So this obviously very banked. I think it's 20% gradient on that corner. Actually, a lot of drivers in real life love it. Now he's going to go. This is where it starts to get very fast, and your lines are going to be very, very cutthroat because it's so easy, especially with the downforce in these cars. Once you get off that line, you are fighting all the way through, and you lose so much time through. He's quite neat and tidy through there.
Yeah,
Not
he's
too
pretty
much curb.
safe, isn't he?
He is very safe. Comes up wide through here. Now this is just flat, as quick as you can go, managing the DRS, ERS even. Cut it close, very difficult, very easy to tap that wall, but he doesn't.
Oh,
And then
good
I'm going to assume
lord.
he's going to cut over to the left to get the quickest
Yeah,
line
shortest
to
run to the
finish
line. 1:30.0. And let's see, Kev already putting a second on that, but I'm watching Tesco here as he crosses the line. It's a 28.2. Oh, that's a hell of a time from Tesco there. I'm just watching Lucullus. It's a 29.4 for Lucullus. Itachi there, 28.9 in the kick. Skama matching his VCAB teammate. There's a 30.3. I'm just checking who else is going around at the moment. Baz, I think, is going to come over and finish. I think that's an Alpine ahead of him as well. Mr. Seedy with a 30.9. Baz there with a 30.0. Very tidy lap indeed. Michelanda with a 29.3. Who else is out at the moment? Bosch, I think, is finishing. No, Bosch is invalidated. Bosch has invalidated on his lap time. I think he and Mr. Seedy, Musty, excuse me, are going to go again. So,
we had a lot of chatter in the pre-race voice channel that a lot of people are fancying Tesco to get pole in this track.
yeah, I was saying that just at the start there. He looks like he's the man to beat at the moment. I'll tell you what, Itachi putting himself right up into the mixer. So, very interested to see what he can do. I'm just watching Casper as he goes around. Rob and Chiv on outlaps. They are behind Casper at the moment. Devereaux, Musty, and Bosch are all out as well. So, first few laps down, Lee. We saw Chubby Slug there towards the bottom of the grid, but pretty much matching with his teammate. Feel like a couple of drivers with a bit more time in hand. Don't think Lucullus's time is going to be that representative. I do expect him to be up into the 28s. Casper pits. He hasn't invalidated, but he's not happy. Casper pits. Interesting. Okay. So, just check.
That's interesting. I thought it was a pretty tidy lap, to be honest, from him.
I tell you what, Devereaux has just put in a 1:29.8, which is quicker than his teammate Baz, but he's also given Chiv an absolutely glorious tow down that back straight as well. Musty and Bosch is that going side by side into the final corner. Boys, this is qualifying, not racing. What is going on here? As Bosch and Musty, I think, are both going to set their times on the board. They do. Musty with a 29.1, Bosch with a 30.8, and they were going side by side into the final corner. What was that about? How strange.
No idea. But the one I am on board with currently, and I'm very intrigued to see, because I think he's going to be a little bit of a dark horse, is K-Pax. He's been racing this entire time, not with our bunch, but he has been racing in the league, and he's been pulling out very good results. In fact, I believe he won his championship run that he was doing.
He did indeed. He's also scored a podium in the Netherlands here before he left. He did the first couple of races with us. So, a driver on form. I think he could surprise us here. He's not a big fan of this track usually. Looking up, I just wanted to say Chubby Slug's improved to 29.7, but Rob is absolutely flying right now. Watch this space as he's got one more corner to go. Chiv also finishing as well. I think Rob is going to put the cat right amongst the pigeons.
No, he's not going to be happy with that. K-Pax tapped the wall in turn 4.
Rob
he's not going to be.
Look at that, 28.7 from Rob to be beaten by Itachi, 28.4, the kick driver here.
Oh.
Really looking absolutely racy. We know he qualified well in Japan, finished P4, sorry, qualified P4, finished P6, moved to P8 after a penalty.
I think Itachi's put a little bit of
Oh, K-Pax has got off! K-Pax has gone straight on there at the beginning of Sector 2.
Put goosebumps up Tesco, because immediately after setting that lap, Tesco has gone out on an out lap.
Right, okay, so Tesco not happy. As you were talking there, K-Pax, oh, I tell you what, he had a big tank sniper there. Yeah, you went straight on
Yeah.
into the Sector 2 chicane, invalidated. He's going to have to box. Not happy. The Ferrari
Not happy with
driver.
something.
Yeah, he's showing his frustration in the car. Chiv, in the meantime,
Yes.
set a 29.8 P9 of half a tenth of his teammate Lucalis. I'm just trying to see who else is out on a lap at the moment. Chubby Sug's going to come in. Casper is going to start. So, we saw Casper Lee. I'm going to talk us through Casper now. He did a lap and he abandoned. So, I'm going to talk you through the Ferrari driver here as he goes down into T1. Look to brake at about 75 meters. You can use a lot of curb on both of these insides to rotate the car. Doesn't push it too far to the wall. Keeps it all neat and tidy. Turn 4 here is the worst corner for drivers to clip the inside wall. I think you saw K-Pax do that earlier as we navigate our way through the S's of Sector 1, and my knowledge of the track numbers starts to fall away as we see Casper keep it very, 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 very tidy through there, not pushing the track limits at all. Going into the banked hairpin here as he sets up the approach for Sector 2. Really important to get under the throttle early here and wash out wide, which he does pretty well indeed. Keep the wall to your right-hand side here. Pick your braking zone down to 4th gear. This is a really tricky corner here. He does not use too much of the inside, but ran the exit pretty well. And it's basically a straight line through Sector 2 here. Just try to not to scrub as much speed off as possible with the DRS on into the final. This is quite a famous sort of very quick chicane here. I think he's a little bit wide of the apex, but he will keep it pinned. And he's got one more corner to do. DRS on. Keep your car all the way to the left-hand side. It's the shortest run to the line possible. Don't scrub the speed. Wash it all the way out. Brake at the 50-meter mark. He's going to turn in slightly early. And it's just another waiting game. What can Casper in the Ferrari driver do here? P15 without a time as it stands. It's P8. It's a 29.4 in between the McLarens. Not a bad lap time from the Ferrari.
No, very respectable. Very respectable.
I'm just having a look. Tesco, we said, was out on an out lap. I'm just going to check it in. Tesco is
invalidated.
invalidated. Interesting. So, Tesco invalidating. Kev is on a lap at the moment.
So is K-Pax. He's on an outlap, sorry.
Yeah,
mistake.
in all that mix, actually, Kev improved to 28.4. I actually didn't, I only just realized that. So both Mercedes looking very good indeed. Kev, I think, is going to put down a pretty decent lap now. I tell you what, he's not really using too much of his battery. He's trying to save it for Sector 3. Having a look, who else is out there at the moment? I think Michelando is finishing his lap at the moment. K-Pax is out again, as you say. Who else is out there, Lee?
Mercedes out and out lap. Chubby's out and out lap.
Michelando there to
Palmer's on the
28.6. Michelando jumping his teammate. So, has Rob got time in the back? Let's see what Kev does. Kev pits, not happy. Kev is unhappy.
Musty's on a lap currently.
He is. Tesco.
Yeah, wow. Very aggressive going through Sector 1.
Ah, we
Very
love
aggressive
Musty.
with the
Look,
curbs.
he's all over the curbs. We love Musty. He's a driver who's not afraid to assault the curbs. He did get a little bit of dirty air there from the Ferrari of K-Pax in front of him. I think he's currently dealing with the Ferrari who's also on an outlap. Tesco has also gone straight again. So, watch Tesco. Will he be able to improve on his worn tyres? Lucalis has also come out, a driver we expect to be up in the fight for pole as Musty goes a little bit wide of the apex there, but he's going to get this glorious for toe from the Ferrari all the way up here. This could put him really tasty indeed. Devereaux improves to a 29.4, very solid lap time from the Williams driver there. As we see, that's a very good run through the final couple of corners for Musty. Where is he going to put it? He's P6 at the moment. I wonder if he's improving. Look at that toe he's getting from the Ferrari, Liam. This is going to be absolutely beautiful for the Alpine driver. Chasing his first podium in P0. That's a brilliant line through the final corner. What can the Alpine do? He's going to get another lovely toe. K-Pax will set P10. Musty puts it P3. 28.4 from Musty. Brilliant stuff.
Very, very good. Very good lap. Now, Lucalis, as you said, is on an out lap. Chubby's 4/10 up on his time at the minute. On his flying lap at the minute. Obviously, he's in P11.
Lucalis
Normally
just
a pretty good
starting
runner.
his. Now, 5 minutes on the clock here, Lee. I think this is going to be Lucalis' only run. Now, a driver looking to fight for the championship at the moment. Obviously, Rob with a 70-point gap with 6 races left. But this is going to be Lucalis' only chance.
Jumps E7 with a 29.2.
Very good. So Lucalis really needs to get this lap time down. If he invalidates or makes a mistake here, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. I just hear Lucalis just lifting off the throttle ever so slightly there. Going to the S's. Having a look, that is the Alpines, I think, is that, or is that the Williams? Excuse me. Going across the finish line now. Baz in the pits, as is Devereaux. So, we'll check in on... oh, Lucalis is invalidated! Lucalis has invalidated Lee at the start of Sector 2. I was looking at the timing screen, but Lucalis now needs to go hell for leather to get into the pits and get out again if he's got time.
He's going to be pushing it. You're talking a 1:30 minimum on an outlap.
Yeah, wow, okay,
So
right.
going out
He
with
might...
2 minutes left, roughly.
Oh.
Latest.
Right, okay, what can he do then? Mr. Seedy, I think, is... I'm not sure what the Alpine driver's doing. I just got on board with him. I think he's coming into the pits, not too happy with that. Lucalis there, pits as
he's
well.
Gonna be very pushed.
Oh, it's going to be
pushed.
very close, isn't it? So Kev out on an outlap, Itachi out on an outlap. I think Itachi is looking like a dark horse here for pole, isn't he? Bosch starts his... No, Bosch has invalidated his lap. So Bosch is going to start P15 at best here. Does he have enough fuel to go again? I don't think he does. So, one to watch. Itachi is on his lap, so I'm going to watch the kick driver. I'm going to go straight on the onboard and see, can he displace Tesco for provisional pole? We think Tesco will go out again. Kev, obviously one to watch as well. And there's a car facing the wrong direction. I think that was Musty. Facing the wrong direction at the end of Sector 1. I don't know if you caught that, Lee.
No. I'm currently on board with Kev. He's on his outlap, rounding the final corner, so...
Right, one to watch. I'm staying on board with Itachi at the moment. Everybody else in the pits. Big stab from Itachi. He's hit the wall. He's going to have a load of wear onto his rear right there. And that has surely, yes, he's abandoned. So P2 at best. No. Provisional pole for Itachi is fire. Had a big wallop of oversteer and absolutely clattered the wall. So he will start P2 at best. Let's check it on Kev then, who's got traffic. Oh, he's got traffic at Sector 1 there. Oh, he's going to be furious with that.
Not sure if they got it the way just in time, mind, but...
Ah, bit of dirty air, surely. Lucalis is out. So, Lucalis on an outlap. He will have a chance to...
Oh, here comes all the cars coming out now for the final laps. Oh, I love it. It's the best adrenaline rush out of the weekend.
I tell you what, Lee, Itachi actually has fueled for more than one run. So he is going again. So don't count him out. I would jump the gun a bit. Yes, everybody's out. Musty, I think, is not sort of on a representative lap at the moment, or he's setting up for a final lap. Look at the traffic Kev's got here. Alpine sticking out of the way. The Ferrari is going to try and start his lap. What can Kev do?
Kev doesn't have enough fuel for another lap either, so this will be his checkered flag lap.
He's got a lovely bit of tow. What can Kev do? It's P3. It's 28.4 for Kev. Very not a bad starting position at all. It was K-Pax who was going there at the moment.
Oh
Baz.
Gosh. Musty has a blowout.
Musty, Musty has a puncture. Oh, heartbreak for him. It'll be P4 at best. So we're seeing lots of drivers start the laps. Lucalis has started his lap as we see Musty crawl into the pits there. Itachi, has invalidated Liam. So it really is P2 at best for him, unless it no, he has got fuel to go again if he's able to take the flag, but he's going to be right at the back of the queue. So no, second back of the queue. There's another V car behind him there as we see everybody sort of start on their laps. He is going to have a chance to go again.
No idea which driver is going to be crossing first. I think it's going to be Mika.
No, I think it's going to be Baz.
Or is it Baz?
Yeah, Baz. No, Baz is invalidated. There's a yellow flag there as Bosch has crashed Bosch has crashed. He's crashed
Oh,
on track.
so is Skarma.
Skarma also.
Skarma has also crashed.
Skarma on track. Skarma has crashed. It'll be, what is that, P13 at best for him. Baz, as we've seen, a validated K-Pax is going around now. I don't know who that is in Sector 3. I don't know if it's Tesco or if it's Kev. We'll see if K-Pax is able to improve on his lap time as we see K-Pax cross the finish line. That is P7.
Kev's on an in-lap.
29-0 for K-Pax, P7. Very tidy indeed. Lucullus is
Oh,
also
my
the
word.
one to watch.
Tesco has just set the purple sector, and he is in a 10th, if not more, on his lap time currently.
Right, see what Lucullus can do from P9 to P6 at best. I don't know how happy he'll be with that. I'm just going to watch as Tesco, can he improve on his lap time as he crosses the line? It's a 28-0 provisional pole for Tesco there. Michelando to P5. Rob has invalidated. It's P7 at best for Rob. Big shock there. I'm just watching Itachi here. He's got a lot of battery left. He's the only driver I think I can challenge him. We're seeing Casper cross the line in a minute. It's P9. Starts next to his teammate there. Chiv
Itachi's
there.
in low fuel.
Chiv there is starting in P12 at best. Itachi might be able to do it. Is he gonna? No, Itachi pits P2. Tesco is on pole position. So, oh, Skarman.
Shot there as the two championship title
Just they're
fighters.
next to each other. Look at that.
6th and 7th.
Look at that, 6th and 7th, reminiscent of Bahrain, I think it was. Was it in real life last week with Norris and Verstappen starting next to each other? So, Lucullus P6, Rob P7, Tesco on pole position, Itachi with the career best P2, Kev P3, Musty P4, Michelando up there in P5. I think it's his best qualifying of the season. Lucullus P6, Rob P7, K-Pax starting with his teammate in P8 and P9, Casper, Chubby Sog up to P10 in the end. Chiv improved to P11. Won't be too happy with that, I don't think. Devereaux to P12, Skarma in P13 after a crash. That was Baz in P14 after invalidate, and that was Bosch in P15 after a crash, and then Mr. Seedy rounding us out for P16 at the end. Yes, big shock there. So, Tesco looking for his second win of the season. Itachi looking for his first. Kev looking for his first. Musty looking for his first podium. And Lucullus and Rob running on the back of this train. This ought to be very exciting. I love a mixed up grid.
Very interesting indeed. It's going to be another one of these. I hope it's not like the last race, because I could not predict a single pit strategy.
It was quite entertaining, wasn't it? Just some information that's been fed into me there. Lucullus hit the wall on the last corner like Max did in 2021. Ruined his lap time. So, big drama there. I expect a one-stop here, Lee. I'll be honest. This is not a track with a great variety of strategies. I think it's going to be a pretty cut and dry medium hard. I think the interest is going to be if anybody starts on the mediums.
Yeah, I honestly, Elliot, I have no idea.
I mean, if you're like, say, drivers like Luke or Rob who are out of position, or you've also got drivers like K-Pax, you've got drivers like Chubby, you've got drivers like Chiv as well. Sitting in the sort of middle of the pack, the hard tyre probably isn't a bad one to start on.
No, absolutely not. But I mean, the difficulty here that's going to be for the likes of Rob and Luke is the fact that Tesco just seems to be like an absolute rocket on this track.
He is. He's driving very comfortably, but Tesco, he's got a reputation, doesn't he, for picking out track limit penalties.
Yes,
you know,
we all know about his track limit penalties.
He's been pretty good the last few races. He's been pretty good.
Yes. By the look of Itachi, obviously, I've only seen him race once. You know, I think he's going to be quick enough to put pressure on Tesco. I wonder if that's going to bring the likes of Musty into play as well.
I've seen Michelando is put on the hard tyres there. Sorry to interrupt you, but one
Lucullus. Lucullus is not going to be happy with having Mika starting in front of him because for whatever reason Mika seems to build this wall around him.
Yeah, he is. He's a very good defensive driver. But also, more important than that,
Yes.
Lucullus is in a complete Aston Martin sandwich. Of course, Aston Martin and McLaren are only separated by near enough 10 points in the constructors, aren't they?
Yes.
So Itachi, I've never watched him race because I wasn't here. I was away on holiday when he raced in Japan. But it took him, I think he had 3 goes at a flying lap at the end there, and he messed up all 3 of them. So, is he prone to a mistake? Is he prone to an invalidate? We'll see. I mean, it'd be quite fascinating. If Tesco and Itachi are 2 drivers who, are pushing to the edge quite a lot and right on their limits and picking up track penalties, if you're Kev, you'd just happily sit behind them, wouldn't you? Carry on your merry way.
Absolutely. 100%. We've got quite a full grid this weekend. We've got at least 3 or 4, if not a couple more drivers who are, let's be honest, out of position. It's going to be a wild one.
Just to note
I
that
think it's gonna
Chubby
be very
Slug,
difficult.
Chubby Slug and both Williams have both put on the hard tyres. The only ones who have, as it stands. I mean, if I'm sitting anywhere below P5, I'm probably trying to take the hards and overcut. The hards seem to be pretty indestructible in this game. The mediums, especially on high fuel, especially to that first sector, you're going to have so much issue with leaning on the tyres. But as we've seen, drivers happy to take it. So Michelando there on the hard tyres, the only one in the top 9. Chubby Slug there in P10 on the hards. Chiv in P11 on the mediums, Devereaux on the hards, Scammer on the mediums, Baz on the hards, and then Mr. CD and Bosch there. And excuse me, a correction, Mr. CD actually jumped Bosch in the final qualifying run there. I must have missed that. So, Mr. CD starts above the kick driver who had a crash in the Sector 3 chicane. So, I'm going to get the position changes up here as we watch Tesco go about his business. All 16 drivers snaking their way through. I'm going to give it to you early on here, Lee. Who do you think is the favourite for winning this race? And is it Tesco?
Yeah. How can I put this? Tesco's been very fast in qualifying, as we've seen. He's what, 4 tenths?
Yeah,
quicker?
thereabouts, yeah.
Thereabouts. But what I do find is very common, and I have noticed with a few of the drivers on the grid, is they definitely set up their car for qualifying in hopes to get a gap at the start in the first stint. Which wouldn't surprise me if that was something Tesco did look at doing. Hence why he had the 4 tenths. Now, I'm not taking away that he clearly knows this track, let's be honest. His lines and his throttle response and his braking distances seem to be on another level, but
Very confident, isn't he?
he is very confident. But if he has gone for a slightly more qualifying setup, is that going to affect his tyre wear? And tyre wear, I can't remember on this track if it's very high, but it's going to be very critical to
Oh, Kev's in the wall!
As we see, Kev spins
Kev
in the
has
wall!
Spun it! I don't think he'll pick up any damage, but he might have a bit of egg on his face as he will sheepishly rejoin into his grid slot. Bit too eager on the warm-up there. I tell you what, if you're Itachi here, you're starting in P2. It's your second race in P0. It's your best ever qualifying position. You feel like you've got something to prove here. I wonder if he'll stick it up the inside as he spins it.
Into the wall.
Himself. Yes, a couple of drivers here. Not afraid to, have a bit of humility. I'm going to go on board with Hitachi. I've got a pretty torrid view of T1 here, so I'm going to go on the TV pod with Hitachi to start us off to see if he makes a move on the inside of Tesco, as Liam will look further down the grid. All drivers are in their grid slots. We're waiting for the green flags. There they are. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Jeddah. And we are go. Tesco gets a not a very good start as Itachi jumps directly into the lead from the off. And we've had a change for position already. So, Michelando's up to P4. They're fighting with Musty. Musty is going to take the outside line. Then we get a yellow flag. It's Casper. All the way at the bottom of the grid has come into some sort of problem. So, Baz and CD go side by side. Drivers all over the road at the moment. But the story at the top there, Itachi jumped Tesco at the start and leads. Tesco, P2. Kev keeps P3. Musty keeps P4. Michelando keeps P5. Rob has overtaken Lucalis and is up into P6. So, Bosch has already picked up a 3-second time penalty as we see Rob fighting with his teammate. He's not going to go for an overtake. They're swapping positions. So, Rob up into P5 swap. Michelando will now be an absolute wall against Lucalis. So,
Lucalis is not going to be happy
He's
whatsoever.
not. Chubby Slug and Chiv fighting in the background there. DRS not enabled yet, but these drivers are showing that they don't care. Tesco is right on the back of Itachi, and Musty is even closer to the back of Kev in the Mercedes. So, these top four is going to be very interesting, but Rob is right up in it already, isn't he? Big lockup from Itachi in the kick. Let's see how he can do as he defends. Is anybody going to make a move before DRS comes in? Tesco is already looking to make a move. Is he going to look to go side by side? No, Itachi defends it. Musty does not make a move on Kev in the background as Lucalis goes side by side with Michelando. Oh, that's a brilliant move from Lucalis. He's going to make it stick. Is he? He does indeed. Michelando puts himself under pressure from K-Pax, but defends it as a crucial pass from Lucalis, and a very good one indeed. So Lucalis, we will get right back after Rob, try and get into his DRS. Just watching on board here, Musty looking very racy indeed. Musty, in fact, oh, it's a big defense from Kev into the banked hairpin. Oh, this top four is looking very exciting, but it's bringing Rob right back into it, Lee.
Rob has dropped DRS to Lucalis already.
Yes, yes. Well, he had the clean air, didn't he?
Not ideal for Lucalis for the first opening laps. Musty's very close to Kev, as we've seen. Now, this does worry me, though, because Musty has a very big luck charm.
He does, yeah, he does.
Every single race.
He's after his first podium.
So
So if we look at the top of your screen there, Tesco very close to the kick driver. The kick driver says that you're going to have to go down the inside. Obviously, we know the drivers prefer to not overtake here because of the following DRS zone. So Tesco does repass for the lead, but he's going to be directly under pressure from the kick driver. So Itachi will try and re-overtake Tesco. These two all over the road here. Kev is going to look to defend from Musty, who's going to get a great view of this. Itachi is going to retake P1. Lock up from Itachi. Lock up from Tesco. Lock up from Kev, as well as Musty. Goes down the outside of Kev. Not a lot of room there. And Musty is going to take it down into T4 here. He does. Musty up into the podium positions. What a move that is from the Alpine driver. Rob has been watching this the whole time. Yeah, he's dropped Lucalis like a stone.
No, just to add to that, K-Pax is right on the gearbox of Lucalis going through this sector.
Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide. He's passed Michelando. Michelando down in 8th. He must be furious. Chubby Slug is actually going to go down the inside of the Aston Martin, is he? The Aston Martin's forced out slightly wide. Chubby Slug takes the inside line. They're going side by side here. And is Chubby going to fight this one? He doesn't. Michelando defends that position. Chiv is right in that battle as well. Skarma's made up positions. Bosch has made up 4 positions as well. At the top of your picture, Musty is right on the back of this battle. He might try and get involved here as well. The kick driver leading going into this section. Are we going to see the same move happen here where Tesco has to make the pass on him? Look, there's 5 cars here separated by about 1.5 seconds here, Lee. This is going to be very interesting indeed. As we see Tesco trying not to overtake the kick driver. As Musty, bit of contact. The kick driver's shuffled down there. No, he maintains P2. Tesco does make the pass. Who got the DRS? It's the kick driver of Itachi. He's going to try and fight back with Tesco. And they go side by side. Tesco going to fight this one into the inside of him, but it's another lockup from the kick driver. Musty looks on the switchback, does he? Itachi with a big snap. Tesco will defend. Going into T4 and he leads. Tesco has regained the lead back.
There's a lot going on around here at the minute.
Yellow flag. Skarma's out. Skarma's out. It's a virtual safety car. Skarma's had an incident there out of the chicane. I don't know if he maybe came into a bit of contact, if he dropped it on his own. I'm not sure, but Skarma is out after just 4 laps. Mr. Seedy's also had a disconnect. We'll try and get him back in a minute. But Virtual safety car. Breathe. Skarma has DNF'd. Don't know what happened there. Tesco regained the lead from Itachi. He now leads from Itachi from Musty up into the podium positions. Kev there. I tell you what, Kev is a few seconds. Oh, he's actually out of DRS of Musty there. I don't know if drivers are having to maintain their delta. But if it maintains, I think that's 1.6 seconds from Kev to Musty.
Keep an eye on this because Luke has now gone from 2 seconds. It was just nearly into the DRS.
Yeah, so what's happened here
Rob.
is Kev is quite a ways off of the front pack. I'm not sure why, but what it means is it allows the other drivers to close up their gaps a bit more. Now Lucalis has opened up the gap again. So I don't know if we'll see Kev close that up in a minute or not. We'll have to see. But yeah, Rob up into P5, Lucalis into P6, K-Pax up into P7. As we see drivers pit there, Lee. Look at that. Itachi and Tesco taking off the mediums already. Musty, Rob all in the pits. Are they going for the hard tyres to the end? I think they are. So Kev stays out. Lucalis stays out, Michelangelo stays out, Chubby Slug and Devereaux stays out. Everybody else pits. No, Baz stays out as well. Look at that. Devereaux and Baz up into P5 and P6. Love to see that from the Williams drivers. I think Tesco... No, did Tesco come out in between them? No, Tesco... No, Tesco has had to pass Baz there. Yeah, so the safety car line... Look at that, Lee. Right, so the safety car line has been massively helpful here. So Tesco came out of the pits... And Baz splits the Mercedes and the kick driver. That's disastrous for Itachi and Musty, isn't it? As Liam is actually just disconnected. I think he's having some sort of disconnect issue as well. I was wondering why he wasn't replying to me. So the virtual safety car here, we see Kev lead. So Kev, Lucalis, Michelando, Chubby Slug, Devereaux, and Baz all stayed out. Tesco did pit and splits the Williams drivers. Puts Baz between him and Itachi. Itachi, Musty, Rob, K-Pax, Chiv, Bosch, Casper, and Mr. Seedy all pitting. So, we are under a full safety car. The thing has not updated for me, which explains probably why they pit. It still says virtual safety car at the top, but yeah, it is a full safety car as it stands. So this is the grid, the order, I should say. Excuse me a second. Liam, are you still with me? I'm just going to quickly tab out while we're in the safety car. I think Discord has just gone down. I think Discord has failed, which is less than ideal. I'm going to check Liam a message.
I'm here. I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Wait, did you disconnect, or are you like is Discord having a problem? I think Discord having some problems.
Yeah, it could be.
In the meantime there, so Kev Bosch has picked up a 10-second time penalty for a severe collision with Chiv. Not sure what's happened there. But Bosch is in the pits at the moment, so he's gone down to P15. So yeah, Kev, Lucalis, Michelangelo, Chubby Slug, Devereaux all haven't pit. Tesco has pit, but comes out in between the Williams drivers, the safety car line, meaning that Itachi came out behind Baz. Baz has not pit. So, beautiful news for Tesco there. But then Itachi all the way down to Bosch have all pit. And we're under a full safety car. So, interesting news there, Lee. Interesting development.
Yeah, a lot seemed to have gone on there while I had a bit of a moment.
But yeah, so as Tesco and Itachi pit, I don't know if you saw them pit under the full safety car or not. I'm not sure what time you disconnected. Yeah, the safety car line came into play on the pit exit. So Tesco passed Baz, but Itachi couldn't. So, I hope you haven't...
So we've had a few pit stops go on so far. Have those drivers gone from medium to hard?
They have indeed, yes. So, to catch you up there, Lee, Kev, Lucalis, Michelando, Chubby Slug, and Devereaux have all not pit. Tesco has pit. Baz hasn't, but Tesco came out splitting the Williams as he came out of the pit. Everyone from Itachi and 8th down have all pit. They're all on the hard tyres, with the exception of Casper and Bosch, who are on the softs. Michelando, Chubby Slug, Devereaux, and Baz all started on the hards. Kevin Lucalis started on the mediums.
Okay, so.
Are you back? Do you need another invite, or are you back in?
No, I'm in. I'm watching now through the safety car.
That's fine. I'm not sure when the safety car's coming in. There it is, safety car in this lap, and that's a very late call for the safety car coming in. Kev now has only but a few hundred meters in order to decide when to go. The safety car is in the pits. He can go any time from now, and he's gone. He's gone. He's looked to try and catch Lucalis napping. I tell you what, Michelando got a pretty good run, but Chubby Slug got an even better run on the Aston Martin. Is Chubby Slug going to go down the inside? I don't think he does. Itachi, though, makes the pass on Baz straight away as we see Musty try and fight, and Musty does pass as well. So Itachi and Musty both passing Baz on the pit straight. They will now try and chase Tesco down. Tesco's obviously got the traffic of the cars ahead of him. So that's the big one there. Rob still stuck behind Baz. Good news for Itachi and Musty. At the top of your picture, Kev leads from Lucalis as Musty and Itachi. They're seeing a little bit of coming together. Good lord. So Rob does make the pass on Baz going into the banked hairpin. Baz on those hard tyres, probably struggling against the fresher rubber. But Rob is now out of DRS range from Musty and Itachi. So he'll have to try and claw that one back. So looking up, the top 5 here just kind of need to go as long as they can. So I think we're going to see Tesco look to try and make a pass. Devereaux, no, he decides against it, but he's unable to shake the kick driver, isn't he? So Tesco, Itachi, Musty, this is the one to watch at the moment as it stands, unless Rob can get back into this. You see Tesco at the top of your picture look to go around the outside of Devereaux.
That's a bit of a no-respect move, isn't it?
Yeah,
let's be honest, to go around the outside through there is just...
I tell you what, they're still side by side. Devereaux is not letting this one go without a fight. Itachi there is going to make the pass on Devereaux as well. Musty, however, is going to have to wait. So Musty, frustrated, will be stuck behind the hard tyre runner of Devereaux there as Itachi looks to try and reel in Tesco's. Let's see how they can do.
This has completely thrown me.
Yeah, early safety car. I'm really surprised they went to the hards. I know we know how indestructible the hards are, so I guess it makes sense, right? That they could run basically to the end. But, I mean, surely you're going to be struggling on your tyres there. Surely, right? Maybe that's Kevin and Lucalis is thinking at the top here, at the top, isn't it?
It must be something along those lines. That must be going through their head because, I mean, I think pulling the trigger on the pit stop so early is going to cause so many more problems for you later in the race. I mean, Casper, shout out to my man, trying the softs.
Yeah,
Go for it.
He's keeping Rob honest, isn't he? As we're looking at the front 4 are very close together, but Tesco is right on the back of this train. So these drivers are already going to be behind Tesco in a few laps, and Tesco's already Tesco's already pit.
Great. So, have they done something that we can't see? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Unless the cards are just going to be not good.
Musty's done a very nice switchback to make the move on Devereaux to try and catch up here. But I tell you what, Rob is actually under pressure from Casper in the Ferrari, who sets the fastest lap and will look to make the pass and completes the pass on the Aston Martin. Bad news for Rob. Puts another car between him and the cars that he is chasing. Chiv and K-Pax getting just a little bit closer as well. Musty did make the pass on Devereaux in the end. He will now try, and he is actually still in the DRS of Itachi. Tesco, look at that. Chubby Slug going side by side with Michelando. Chubby Slug will pick up the 3-second time penalty. Tesco says thank you very much. He passes Chubby Slug. He's going to go down the inside of Michelando with the banked hairpin. They keep each other honest. Tesco puts 2 drivers between him and Itachi. Brilliant stuff from the Mercedes driver. They're very authoritative in his overtakes. And now Itachi has got a lot of work to do, doesn't he?
Yeah, that was an incredible move from
Look at that,
Tesco.
Chubby and Mika still side by side. Sorry to cut you off. They're going side by side in a part of the track you do not usually see. And Itachi has nowhere to go. The track's basically blocked off. And as Chubby looks to defend from Mika Lando, we see Itachi get out of the door. A bit of contact. Chubby into the wall. Mika Lando into the wall. They've both picked up damage to their wings. Yeah, Chubby Slug there maintains P7. Mika Lando's fallen all the way down there. Look at that. Mika Lando has got an absolutely destroyed front wing. You'll be furious at that. The yellow flag's waving, and, you know, the sea's just parted for Itachi there. As Tesco, in the meantime, actually passes Lucullus.
These two are having a fantastic race, I've got to
Oh,
say.
big lockup in the background there. Casper making the overtake on Devereaux there. Casper up into P6 on the soft tyres. He's flying at the moment. We'll see how long they last. Itachi getting all over the curbs. Tesco now only has his teammate to pass. I'm sure they will swap in just a minute. But we've got a really jumbled up grid here at the moment, don't we, Lee?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Chubby and Mika have both pit for new wings as we see the Mercedes swap drivers. So the Mercedes swap. Itachi going side by side with Musty there. Musty makes the pass out of the hairpin. And Musty is back into net P2. What a drive from the Alpine driver. Has he finally shaken his bad luck curse, or have I just cursed him with the curse of the commentator? Is he going to try and make the pass on Lucullus here? Lucullus is going to get the DRS. Musty makes the pass on Lucullus. Musty up into P3 now. He's just got Kev for company. And look at that, Musty flying at the moment. Itachi in the wall. He's hit the wall. That will not have done his tyres any favours. His wing looks to be okay. Is he going to make the move on Lucullus on those old medium tyres? Itachi, is he going to look down the inside of the hairpin? Knows better against it because he will have the better run here. And I tell you what, Lee, Tesco swapping with his teammate has kept Kev in it, but it's pulled Musty right into the fight as Itachi does pass.
Goes round.
He does pass Lucullus, but Kev is now blocking. Itachi has spun! Oh, he spun it! I think he's kept it in one piece. He's managed to keep it just ahead of Lucullus. There was a little bit of contact there, but Kev is holding up Musty an absolute treat here. So, in all of this midst, in the background, Rob did get past Casper in the end. Casper's soft tyres probably starting to struggle quite a bit. He's got Devereaux for company as well as Chiv and K-Pax. Those two have been within a few tenths of each other for the whole, ever since the restart. So, Tesco leading us as it stands. Kev in P2 hasn't pit. Musty in P3 has pit. But Tesco, this race is far from over for the Mercedes driver.
I'm just wondering now when the likes of Lucullus and Kev are going to pull the trigger on the pit stop.
It's probably going to be soon. And you don't think they're going for the softs, do you? I mean, the softs surely can't race for that long. I mean, we just look at the top of your picture. Rob has already dropped DRS to Casper. Casper's actually just been passed by Devereaux there. And Rob is attaching himself to the back of Lucullus. These two haven't been able to get away from each other so far, have they?
No, they haven't. Obviously, they both challenging for that title as well.
K-Pax does make the pass on Chiv. I tell you what, Lee, Kev has just fallen out. Kev is pit. So Kev has pit, unleashes Musty, but was able to give Tesco a gap of about a second or so from Musty and Itachi. So brilliant teammate driving there from the Mercedes drivers.
I mean, Lucullus is kind of stuck in a little bit of a middle ground now of when does he pull the trigger and what does he do? Because everybody around him now has pit.
Mr. CD.
All the top runners.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. Yes, no, everyone around him.
So what do you do now in Lucullus's shoes?
Oh, there's a car on the wall. It's Devereaux. Devereaux is in the wall. Sorry, as you were talking about, Casper is absolutely fighting that car for absolutely everything that it's worth. He is having a massive bit of issues, and he had a big snap of oversteer and absolutely dumped Devereaux into the wall. I don't know if Devereaux's picked up any wing damage. No, I think he's okay. Very lucky from the Williams driver there, but Casper, if you go on board with Casper, I mean, I don't know how on earth he's driving this car at the moment and not absolutely dumping it into a wall.
Oh, Lucullus, I think you're in a bit of trouble now, boy. I gotta be honest with you. He's dropped DRS to Rob, but Rob is getting in ever so slightly on him. And everybody who's fighting for podium has pit, except for him.
I know,
So
and
what do you do?
I'm just looking here. Casper is looking to fight again with Chiv. Surely he's going to have to pit off those softs in a minute. I mean, he's barely able to get onto throttle. K-Pac's up into P6, by the way. Very good from him, as Casper does pit. K-Pac's having a brilliant race so far, isn't he?
He is having a fantastic race. Now look at Kev. Kev has just pit off those mediums to hards, and he's down in 12th as it stands. I mean,
he's got a lot of work to do, doesn't he?
Considerable gap to go, yes, between him and anybody around him at the moment. You're talking about 4 seconds from him and Mr. CD. So I think Lucullus is a little bit stuck. Those people who pit early might have had the right idea.
We'll have to see. He's hoping that they die towards the end. Surely he's going to be pitting any minute now. He's got Rob right up his gearbox. Just in the meantime, Tesco is pulling a pretty healthy gap on Musty here. And Musty is able to defend from Itachi pretty well as well. So Tesco might be looking very happy indeed. But we know how the commentator's curse goes. I'm just watching Rob here as he is right on the back of Lucullus. We have seen more overtakes in this section of the track than I thought we would. Is Rob going to try and make the pass, or is Lucullus going to have a very wide McLaren here? Bit of smoke there, as we saw that Itachi, I think, with a couple of lockups. I think Rob is going to make the move in a minute, but I tell you what, watch Chiv, who's gotten right onto the back of K-Pax as well. Watch that battle for P6. Both Williams running very well as well at the moment, I've got to say. In fairness, big lockup from Lucullus. That's a massive lockup. It's going to put him right under pressure.
Oh, Chiv's trying to go around the outside of K-Pax. He's going to cut back in. K-Pax defended very well, but coming onto the back straight, he hasn't got the DRS.
And as you were talking about that there, Chiv not only makes the pass on K-Pax, but Rob makes the pass on Lucullus. Lucullus did not really fight it, to be honest. Itachi very close to the back of that Alpine driver. I tell you what, the kick driver is doing a bit of a better job on his battery management at the moment. But
I think
no, so
you mentioned at the start that he may very well feel he's got a point to prove coming into this race, and he's definitely proven a point.
He's been impervious so far, in all fairness to him. Bosch there, retiring the pits. Yeah, he's unhappy. He's just not gone his way so far. Unfortunate, but they do have at least one kick driver looking to score some pretty healthy points as it stands. Fun fact, the top 5 we've got here are 5 different nationalities, which is quite fun. I think we've got Scotland, Hungary, the Netherlands, England, and Wales represented in the top 5, which is always fun to see, an eclectic mix of flags.
I gotta say, Musty definitely has a point to prove. He's shown he's got pace, but he's obviously shown as well that wherever he goes, you know, the bad luck just seems to find him.
Well,
but as it stands,
he was unfortunate to not get a podium in Japan after Lucullus's penalty was overturned. And I tell you what, he is going to lose P2 to Itachi here, and he will live and try and fight that another day. Still in P3, but he's going to have to start looking at Rob behind him in terms of defending his podium. I know how much he wants it, so can he maintain it? Tesco has pulled a 2.6 second gap out into first. He is absolutely cruising at the moment. Lucullus hasn't dropped off of Rob, mind. He, as I say that, I tell you what, he has actually just fallen out of DRS in Sector 1. It looked pretty close for a minute. But Chiv has managed to defend from K-Pax as well. And it's all just kind of slowed down a bit, hasn't it, Lee?
Yes, it has indeed. I think drivers are starting to settle into their strategies now as things move on.
So Kev has overtaken Baz. So he's up at a P9. A lot of work to do. As this goes on, Lucullus has more and more work to do. Now, at this point, 10 laps left. Lucullus has to be waiting for the soft tyre, right? Surely.
I mean, there's no way you pit on the hards now with 10 laps.
But the issue
it's not even worth.
We saw Casper on 7-lap old soft tyres, and he was drowning. I mean, he could barely put his throttle on. So Lucullus is only going to get, what, 5 laps out of those softs? If he pits now, I mean, it'll put him, it's about a 22-second pit stop here. It'll put him behind Casper. I mean, Is he waiting for a safety car? Should he have pitted? I don't know. We'll have to see. Lucas is pretty reliably good when it comes to strategies, isn't he?
He normally hits the nail on the head when it comes to a strategy, or as Itachi has a nice lock-up going through
As we just watched.
sector
Lucas has
there.
pit. Lucas has pit, and it is the soft tires.
Softs.
Oh, I am very interested to see how he takes those to the end. We'll have to see, especially if we saw Casper's struggles. K-Pax has moved up into P5. Great race from K-Pax so far. How many positions is that he's gained now? That's 3 positions. Chiv up 5 as well. Devereaux has not stopped yet. Neither Williams... Oh, sorry, Baz is in the pits now. So Devereaux is still yet to stop, hoping for a safety car, perhaps. So...
I'm very intrigued to see what Lucas is going to do. Obviously, the drivers aren't massively far away from each other. I mean...
I should clarify for Lucas, by the way, he's in P12 now. Mr. CD, as it stands, will not be classified because he's being controlled by the AI. So that'll be at least 1 position that he'll gain.
And he make up a at least 20-second gap.
No, on the soft tires, surely.
You know, it's a lot of work for himself. I'm wondering whether he didn't think that these tires would be the right idea going under the safety car.
I'm just watching here, Lee. Musty is very close to the back of Itachi. He's going to dump some of his battery, and Musty says, "Thank you very much. I am going to reclaim P2." But I tell you what, Rob, in clean air, he's just getting ever so much closer. Tesco, excuse me, 4 seconds in the lead here. Musty and Itachi running in 2nd and 3rd, changing positions a couple of times. Both drivers looking for their first podium in Formula 1. So whose dream is going to be broken by Rob? That's the question.
That is a very interesting one. You'd like to think between Itachi and Musty there's a little bit of a gentleman's agreement in the sense of, you know, we both want a podium. Neither of us want Rob up here. Let's just not do anything stupid.
We'll have to see. They've been pretty good so far, haven't they?
They have. They've been very clean so far. Lucas has moved up to 10th already.
I was going to say, he actually, while we were speaking there, he overtook Casper and Chubby at the same time in the pit straight. Very impressive overtake from him. But again, I just don't know how long those tyres are going to last. I mean, he's going to set a fastest lap. He'll take that. Kevin to P8 there, which will be P7 once Devereaux pits. Remember, the only driver who hasn't pit yet. So, Kev, as we've seen, Kev pit significantly earlier for the medium to hard strat, and it hasn't worked for him. So, how is it going to work for Lucas?
I honestly don't know.
I'm not sure. It kind of feels like last week when Rob made the wrong strategy decision.
Yeah.
Maybe it's happened again. Itachi here. Very close to the back of Musty. We'll have to see. Itachi not using any battery, saving up absolutely everything he's got there. Musty using a lot of battery. So Itachi is just setting up for a last lap dash. So Musty needs to be aware of any games when it comes to batteries, isn't it? And you kind of want to be the driver behind on the last lap here because of the 3 DRS zones, as Devereaux does eventually pit.
Now, Chiv is sort of yo-yoing with K-Pax at the moment. He was a 10th behind him, now 5 tenths behind him. As Lucas is now into 8th.
He is indeed, yeah. So 8 seconds from Kev. That's really his battle now, isn't it, with Kev?
Yeah.
Now, I think he'll catch him, but is he going to be able to keep it? That's the question. So we're just going to recount. There's about 7 or 8 laps left, there or thereabouts. So Tesco leads 5 seconds in the lead here, driving a bit of a brilliant race here from Tesco. Musty currently in P2, swapping with Itachi in P3. These 2 drivers have been very, very close as it stands. So they will probably swap by the time I finish going through this. Rob there in P4, decent recovery from qualifying. Kind of maintaining a gap of about 2 to 2.5 seconds, not really gaining too much at the moment. Same age tyres as Musty and Itachi, so we'll see if he's got anything left in the tank. K-Pax up to a pretty impressive P5, although I think he's about to lose it to Chiv in P6. Both drivers did well to gain a few positions. Kev there in P7, just to point out that Chiv is also carrying a 3-second time penalty, which will go in K-Pax's favour. Kev on the alternate strategy in P7, Lucas on an even more alternate strategy in P8, and I tell you what, Lucullus has not been able to shake Casper there in P9, who went for the 2-stop strategy with the soft tyres. So Lucullus has got a lot to deal with. In fact, I think Casper might make a move down on the McLaren driver down into T1, decides against it. So,
Oh no, that's what it is. Musty's picked up a time penalty, which puts
Misty's...
him behind Rob.
Oh no, the bad luck continues for him. Just carrying on. We'll get to that in a second. Chubby Slug up in there into P10. Devereaux in P11. Baz in P12. Michelando in P13. After an incident with Chubby Slug. Mr. CD will not be classified, and Bosch and Scam are both retiring. But yes, Liam is exactly right. Musty has not only fallen behind Itachi, he's got a 3-second time penalty, and Rob has gained 1.2 seconds on this group. So, it's all just starting to come away from Musty, isn't it? He's got to hope now that Itachi picks up a time penalty and he's able to stay ahead of him. Because I tell you what, Rob never picks up time penalties. He's almost immune to them. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2. It's Chubby Slug. Chubby Slug is stationary. He's got it going again. It's a safety car. It's a late safety car. Big drama.
Oh,
Chubby
dear.
Slug is missing his entire front wing. And Tesco's... all of Tesco's hard work is undone. He's in the pits. In fact, looks at who else is that in the pits? So Itachi, Musty, and Rob, they're all going for the soft tires, are they? They are. It's a 5-lap shootout.
Dear.
I tell you what, though, this brings Lucullus.
No.
Actually brings Lucullus back into this, doesn't he? K-Pax pits, Chiv pits, Kev. Will Kev
Oh my
pit?
lord.
Lucullus.
Kev does not pit.
So Lucullus does pit. Oh my god, what on earth happened there? Casper and Lucullus, something going on there. Casper has actually phased through Lucullus in the pit stop stage, so that's a bit peculiar. So Rob, so Kev is
Luke
right
goes on to the mediums.
The medium. Well, does he not have any softs left? He might not have any softs left because of the qualifying.
Lord.
He's in so
Yeah.
much trouble, isn't he? So, and he's behind
not-
Casper.
The race weekend that he wanted to have.
Devereaux is also
In
on the medium
any way.
tyres. And K-Pax is on the medium tyres as well. Right, okay, so, recount. Tesco is at the top. All of his hard work has been undone. He's got to do it all over again. He's on the soft tyres. Itachi in P2 on the soft tyres. Musty on the soft tyres, but is carrying a 3-second time penalty. Kev stays out. He's gone up to P4 on the hards. He's going to be swallowed alive here. He's got a lot of work to do. Rob in P5 on the softs, K-Pax in P6 on the medium tyres. Mr. C, we're ignoring Chiv there on the soft tyres. He's also carrying a 3-second time penalty. Casper in P9 on the soft tyres, ahead of Lucullus after a glitch. Lucullus on the medium tyres in P10. His strategies come completely undone. Devereaux there in P11, he's carrying some time penalties. Chubby Slug in P12 with a brand new wing. Baz in P13 and the Michelando down there in P14 all on fresh softs as well. So Kev surely has made a mistake here, I think. He is going to drown. So
This
Lee.
is going to be something else, because Musty's obviously sort of in a good position, but not.
Well, he has to assume that Tesco and Itachi can also get a 3-second time penalty, right?
Absolutely. Now, the thing you've got to think about is how quick can he pull that gap from Kev? Because Kev's going to have Rob behind him. Rob is going to obviously be fighting against K-Pax. But Rob's on the softs, K-Pax on the mediums. How that's going to play out, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Tesco's not under pressure from Itachi, who he gave so much pressure to at the beginning of the race.
That's right.
So
That's
what-
right.
What's going to happen there?
Is Tesco going to be... have all of his work undone? Is Itachi going to be on for his first race win in only his second race in PC? It would be very impressive. Who is going to be... Is any of these drivers going to get their debut podium? Well, not debut podium, sorry, first podium, excuse me. We'll have to see it. Now, I'm curious, right? When the safety car goes out, so it's lap 21. So we'll either start lap 22 or lap 23 with green flag running, which means that we'll only have 1 or 2 laps of DRS. That's the killer.
Do you predict this race?
I don't know. I mean, it could be anyone. It could be Tesco. It could be Itachi. It could
Also-
be Rob.
the thing we got to think about as well is how do you pick a driver of the day?
I tell you what, I've been thinking, see. I've been thinking, I'm not sure. It's kind of going to depend on how... I mean, at the moment, my gut is leaning towards either K-Pax or Chiv, two drivers who've done very well. Rob, as well, I've got to give plaudits for qualifying out of position. He's currently P5, but he looks almost set to finish on the podium. I think he's got to be in for a shout of driver of the day as well. But I guess it depends on who ends up winning this race. Safety car in this lap. So, we will do lap 22.
Also got to take into account the driver of the day is Itachi.
Itachi, of course, yes, especially if he goes on and wins it. Now, you could say qualified P2, finished P2, if it remains as it stands, but well, I have to see him. He's driven pretty well as well. I've got to give my heart out for Musty here for the 3-second time penalty. It is easy to pick up here. So, when does Tesco go? Itachi is right on the gearbox of that Mercedes driver.
He's hungry for it. He wants it.
So,
he
Tesco
wants that first position.
He's gone. So, Tesco has gone. Itachi has reacted well. Musty has reacted well. Kev, though, look how already the gap being drawn there. And Rob is going side by side with the Mercedes driver. He is not, indeed. So, he is having to wait. Kev will defend that one. It's as you were at the top. Tesco maintains his lead into the top there. Lucalis is up to P8. Very good from him to pass Casper. So, Lucalis up to P8. He's recovered that very well indeed. He's got Chiv for company ahead of him. Of course, Chiv carrying a 3-second time penalty. Kev already Kev is out of DRS range of the front three. This is bad news for Rob. As we see Musty, is he going to go down the inside of Itachi? He doesn't.
Good news for Musty. Very good news for Musty as it stands.
See, it's still 3 seconds, isn't it? Kev is still holding them up, isn't he? So, Kev...
It's nearly 2 seconds already.
I know, but Rob will have a bit of clean. Musty with a bit of snap on the curb, kept it, all pointing in one direction. But I tell you what, K-Pax is very close to the back of this. I think Rob might try and dump some of his battery to make the overtake on Kev here. Rob is looking to the left, he's looking to the right. Kev is defending this one pretty staunchly, and Rob is going to have to wait even further. So, Musty, right on the back of Itachi here, knows that if he gets ahead of the kick driver, it might help him in pulling himself away. Casper, watch him. Is he going to make a move on Lucalis? There's a gaggle of cars here. Casper is going to go around the outside of Lucalis, going down into the hairpin.
Inside of it. Gee, oh my god!
So Lucalis and Casper going side by side. Itachi looks like he's defended it potentially. Lucalis and Casper are in a drag race now. Here, Casper on the soft tyres, Lucalis on the medium. It's come out fine ahead.
K-Pax has taken Rob.
K-Pax ahead of Rob. Big drama there. That's even better news for Musty there. As Kev is still maintaining P4 here. I have no idea how. Chubby Slug makes the pass into Devereaux for P10 there. A little bit of contact in the back of Lucalis there. Lucalis has been passed by Casper and is back down in P9. Lucalis on the medium tyres is in a lot of trouble here. Musty is hassling the back of that V-car, the kick driver. Look at that, 3.8 seconds the gap. Musty might still get it, you know. Rob has got 2 cars ahead of him. Kev has been brilliantly in his defense, but DRS is now enabled. So we're going to see cars swap all over the place. Itachi is very close to the back of Tesco. Tesco has not broken this gap at all. This fight for the lead is not overly.
It is not. Musty will be looking at this time board and rubbing his hands, praying and thanking the Lord at the fact that Kev has managed to hold everybody behind him to more than 3 seconds.
K-Pax is less than a tenth away. He's pushing the Mercedes. He says, get out of the way. Rob says, get out of the way. There's a train. Look how many cars there are here. Chiv is going to maybe make a move, is he? No. So K-Pax makes the pass on Kev. Rob makes the pass on Kev as well. So look at that. That's Casper down the inside.
Oh my god.
Look at that. So Casper all the way up there. Kev is going to try and fight this one back with the Ferrari driver. At the top of your picture, though, Itachi not close enough to make the move on Tesco. I just wanted to check. They're almost 4 wide going down the pit straight. Rob will lead into T1. Look at Kev down the inside. Casper has to cut. Casper gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting. So Kev maintains Casper. No, Kev lets, I think, K-Pax by knowing that he cut the chicane. But Lucalis is still back right there. And Chubby Slug is round in the background. Chubby Slug is facing the wrong direction. He's down in P14. Casper picks up a 10-second time penalty for keeping a position after cutting the corner. So, Kev, down to P6,
That might
Lucan
be
is
appealed.
still in P9.
At
Chubby
the
Slug
end.
is out. Chubby Slug has retired. 4 seconds the gap between Rob and Musty. Rob is in clean air now. So, Itachi is still behind Tesco. Itachi wants to be the behind driver, doesn't he, going into the final lap because of the DRS zone. So Tesco has got a lot of work to do. My goodness. So 4 seconds. Can Rob close that gap in time? Well, Lucullus has swapped with his teammate going down the DRS zone. So as the Williams swap as well. Musty, however, could put a right dampener on this party here. If Itachi is waiting to make the pass on Tesco at the final lap, if Musty makes a move on Itachi, that puts the cat right amongst the pigeons for him. Is Musty going to make the move? No. Musty saves his batteries. The Ferraris swap in the background. Casper carrying a big penalty, obviously. So, it's the final lap
He's
lead.
got 90% of his battery going into this last lap.
He does. Tesco doesn't have any at all. Itachi
He's
is looking
desperately trying to
mighty,
recharge.
doesn't he? So, Tesco leading here. Itachi in P2. Tesco's going to do everything he can to get some battery back. Or is Tesco going to try and let Itachi through in the first DRS zone to then take it back in the second one? I don't know. We'll have to see. Watch on the bottom of your picture.
Idea.
Lucullus will be fighting Kev. Those two fighting for the positions. Tesco has pulled a little bit of a gap.
Is locking. No, backed out.
Yeah,
as
Casper.
he's trying. Casper.
Carrying a big penalty, obviously, but this is the one to watch. Who will win this race? Musty is going to get a great view of this. Tesco is still recharging his battery, knows what he has to do. Itachi's used a fair bit of it here. Tesco defends going into this corner. Musty's going to get a great view as we go through here. Itachi is using his battery now. Tesco is using his battery. Itachi is going to go around the outside of Tesco here. And Tesco will have to concede. And I think the kick driver here is going to round the corner. And Itachi, on his second race in P0, will take the checkered flag first. Itachi with fire wins in his second ever race for P0. Tesco comes home in P2. Musty for his first ever podium. Big congratulations to him. Rob will come home in P4. K-Pax to a very impressive P5. Kev defended Lucullus for P6. Lucullus finishes P7. Chiv, I think, finished in P8 in the end. And we'll watch the rest of that grid go down. But massive applause for Itachi is fire. It's his first win in P0 right at the death. The safety car undid all of Tesco's hard work, and when it mattered, Itachi did what he needed to do. So, wow, what an end to the race that was, Liam. My goodness me.
Who is your driver of the day, Elliot?
I don't know, man. There's a lot of drivers I could give driver of the day. I'm thinking, you know, plaudits to Rob. I got to give massive support for Rob for recovering up to P4. I got to give credit for Itachi as well. First race when P2 did everything they needed to do. Tesco obviously drove very well as well. I don't think there's much more he could do. Musty recovering to P3. K-Pax up into P5 as well. I don't know. I'm torn between Itachi and Rob. What do you think?
I don't know. I can't. I don't know who you give it to in that situation. I mean, Rob started 7th, finished 4th. Itachi started 2nd, got it in the end. I can't call it, Elliot. I'll leave it up to you.
I tell you what, we'll give it to Itachi. Second race, first race win. Drove absolutely brilliantly. You know, you could argue that the safety car was a contributing factor, but when it all mattered at the end of the day, his racecraft was just the better of him, Tesco, and Musty as well. So, massive plaudits to them. Very, very big congratulations as well. I must be absolutely beaming with that. And yes, again, further congratulations to Musty as well. His first podium. He broke the bad luck. We thought he had the penalty lead. He's like, oh, the bad luck, the Musty bad luck has come back. But I tell you what, I think he needs to send Kev a Christmas card this Christmas.
Absolutely. Fair play.
So,
fair play.
Wow, it was a fantastic race. It was a great qualifying, great race as well. Love that. Jeddah always produces, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
Rob
nice.
will extend his lead out into the front of the Drivers' Championship. I couldn't tell you by how much, but obviously Luca is finishing out of position there. Unfortunately, after a strategy
Am I
just didn't
supposed to be
work.
here?
No.
Oh, bye.
I didn't know people could join this channel. But yes, massive congratulations to him. Actually, do you know what? No, fuck it. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, no, there he is. Right, no, sorry, I'm bringing him. No, fucking. I was going to give him the old interview.
Yeah.
But. Right, sorry. Yeah, just that's throw me through a loop there. Yeah, so Rob extends his lead over Lucas into the drivers' ratings. With it'll be what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races left to go. You will join Liam and I in where are we? It's going to be Monza. It'll be Monza in April the 27th, next weekend. Very exciting indeed. So I hope to see you there, Lee. And I hope to see all of you there as well. So, any final words, Lee, or you happy?
Oh, I'm happy. Great weekend. Fantastic.
Right, I'll deafen and finish up. Thank you all so much. I will see you all next Sunday. Brilliant stuff. Take care.